Good evening and welcome to the regular board meeting of the San Benito CISD Board of Trustees. Today is Friday, June 21st, 2013, and the time is now 7 o'clock. I call this meeting to order, and we do have a quorum. Item number 2, roll call. Please respond with present. Mr. Julian Huerta, Vice President.
Present.
Ms. June Aguilera, Secretary.
Present.
Ms. Ana Cruz, Trustee. Ms. Fatima Huerta, Trustee. Mr. Leal, Trustee. Mr. Oscar Medrano, Trustee.
Present.
Mr. Alfonso Obregón, Interim Superintendent. Ms. Celeste Sanchez is taking his place today. And Mr. Tony Torres, Attorney. Item number 3, Pledge of Allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flags, and item 4, Invocation. And this evening we do have 2 students who will be assisting us from Frank Roberts. First we have Destiny Leija. Please stand, Destiny. Destiny Leija is a 5th grade student at Frank Roberts Elementary. Destiny has been an honor roll student each semester. She's also a member of the Student Council. One of the things Destiny enjoys is participating in the after-school performing arts program. Destiny has also been part of the school choir. Her hobbies include cheerleading through the Boys and Girls Club. Destiny also enjoys helping out the community and picking up litter. Destiny's goal is to become a professional recording artist. She hopes to attend college at the Juilliard School of Performing Arts in New York. Also assisting us this evening, we have Ileana Araiza. Ileana is an incoming 5th grader at Frank Roberts Elementary. She's currently the historian for Frank Roberts Student Council. She's also a member of the Girl Scouts of America. One of Ileana's dreams is to be a veterinarian. She plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin. As for now, she is focusing on her academics. She is in the honor roll. Ileana is also part of the after-school program's Performing Arts and has been selected as one of its dance captains. Ileana is an all-around student and leader. I'd like to ask for everybody to please rise for the pledge and invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Please remain standing for the invocation.
Dear God, we thank you today for all your blessings, for all the successful outcomes of all school events, and for all the staff members, both the teaching and support members. We ask that you bless everyone abundantly as they continue to seek your wisdom, guidance, courage, and strength. Please help everyone in attendance to be wise in the decisions they make for the good of all those who have placed their trust and confidence in their leadership. Grant us the humility to always seek your will in all that we do and say in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. I'd like to ask for Destiny and Liliana to please come forward, and also if the parents are in the audience, if you can please stand to be recognized. I'd also like to say thank you to Mr. Galvan for allowing these students to participate. I know it's summer, girls, but thank you for making the effort to be here this evening for our meeting. Thank you, Mr. Galvan. Moving on to item number 5, Superintendent's reports. Ms. Sanchez.
Madam President, we have communities in schools present with us, Greg Flores and some of his people, and they're here to talk to us about a National Accreditation Achievement Award that is being presented to the board tonight. Mr. Flores?
Good afternoon.
afternoon. It is an honor for me to stand before you, board members, who care and support our school district by the way of your dedication, your time, and especially in your decisions of support. My name is Cruz Ramos, and I represent Communities in Schools of Cameron County, along with Mr. Greg Flores, our Schools of Cameron County Executive Director, Ms. Eva Perez, our Program Director, my fellow co-worker, Joe Martinez, and we share with you another success that CIS of Cameron County has accomplished in this district. CIS Cameron County is Cameron County's leading school dropout prevention program, and it's an affiliate of the Communities in Schools nationwide, the nation's leader in the school dropout prevention. The mission of CIS Cameron County is to surround the students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and also to achieve in life. We serve the most needy students that are challenged in any one or more of the following areas: either low academics, low attendance, bad behavior, and/or any type of basic needs.
Communities in Schools Cameron County works because it is uniquely comprehensive, offering in one package the combination that low-income, sometimes disconnected youth are seeking. We can demonstrate that the power of care and love, coupled with genuine opportunities for education and self-development, high standards, and hard work in taking the student's own potential and goals seriously, is the core to the success of each student. Today we are here to share a proud moment in Communities in Schools Cameron County history. In April of 2013, CIS of Cameron County received national accreditation and was awarded official designation as a National Accredited Affiliate Organization. This accomplishment is indicative of a strong leadership, social business practices, a commitment to rigorous evaluation, and effective integration of resources and services to surround students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life. We are proud to present to you, the board members, the official certification plaque of the Communities in Schools National Office as a sign of a true partnership between the San Benito Independent School District, Consolidated Independent School District, and Communities in Schools of Cameron County. Again, we thank you.
Thank you to the representatives of Communities in Schools. They're awarding a plaque San Benito Independent School District for its partnership with Communities in Schools of Cameron County, a nationally accredited affiliate organization that has achieved all Communities in Schools total quality system requirements, April 2013. San Benito ISD is commended for its continued support of the comprehensive Communities in Schools model. This accomplishment is indicative of strong leadership, sound business practices, a commitment to rigorous evaluation, and effective integration of resources and services to surround students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life, which reiterates what you just stated. So thank you. On behalf of the board, we'd like to accept this plaque, and we continue looking forward to working alongside you. Thank you.
Before you, you also have disbursements by organization, and the San Benito Consolidated Independent School District Investment Report from March 1, 2013 to March 31st, 2013. That concludes the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Ms. Sanchez. Item number 6, recommend approving the agenda of the regular board meeting of June 21st, 2013 with any corrections and/or deletions.
So moved.
I have a motion made by Ms. Aguilera to approve item number 6, seconded by Ms. Huerta. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, public comment. Persons addressing the board shall refrain from commenting directly on an individual employee or public official by name, but may refer to a specific employment area, job title, or the Board of Trustees as a whole. Any attack on an individual shall be considered a disruption of the meeting. Persons who wish to participate in this portion of the meeting shall sign up with the presiding officer or designee before the meeting begins and shall indicate the topic about which they wish to speak. No presentation shall exceed 5 minutes. Delegations of more than 5 persons shall appoint 1 person to present their views before the board. And this evening, we do have 2 individuals in the audience who wish to participate. We have Mr. Jesus Aguilera, and his topic is regarding insurance.
Well, I had other topics to talk about, but there were some things that happened this weekend that concerned me. On Monday, the San Benito band director approached a student and told him, your mother will no longer have a job at the clinic because it's going to be closed down by the IRS. This is before anything leaked out to the press on Tuesday. This band director went and approached this young man and told him his mother would no longer have a job. I'm wondering how this band director got that kind of information. Okay? And I know that the director of the clinic had some problems with the IRS, but from what I'm being told is it got taken care of. You know, we have two of the board members that decided to go tell the media that we were having problems. You know, that's just wrong. As you know, these two board members put this board in jeopardy for a lawsuit. You know, and especially when you involve a young man to be worried that his mother will have a job on Tuesday or Monday. You know, that's just wrong. Let me tell you, last year, some of the board members here allowed the business manager to run this school district with an unbalanced budget. Okay? We lost jobs. The police officers lost wages. We lost bouncing babies. We lost the pre-K program. Something no amount of money can make up for those memories. And then 2 months later, we find $17 million in the reserves or whatever you want to call it. Okay? These programs shouldn't have been lost. Okay? You hired a firm back in February. That firm just got called up here in May to come and investigate the budget or see how it's going to be controlled. Took them, 4 or 5 months to get that consultant firm here? Wrong. You know, we found $17 million. Have you ever been to the business manager's office? If you haven't, it's a sight to look at. It's a miracle we found the $17 million. Okay? Now, another thing, we have administrators worried about principals are moving people around. Okay? Teachers around. Let me just clarify. Teachers around. A statement was made. We can't move that person. She's related to a board member. You know what? That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable for you guys to not move somebody because she's related to a board member. It's either they're doing their job or they're not. Okay? So I had a whole bunch more things to say, but I think this tax thing, it just got out of hand. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Aguilera. Also, we have a request from Ms. Rosalinda Garcia. Topic of discussion, the regular scheduled board meeting.
I think I had brought this up before about the changing of the regular school board meetings. And it began like 3 years ago when a previous board member brought it up, the changing of the regular school board meetings as per board policy. And if I wasn't up here, well, I should have, but they continue to be changed, and board policy said they should be held the second Tuesday of every month. I wasn't going to attend the meeting because it was Friday, but then I said to myself, no, maybe they don't want us here, or they don't want the media here. That's the impression that it's coming across. And like I said back then, the president has a vice president. The president still has another vice president that can hold the meetings. All successful business people have a set plan. And the principals have their meetings with their teachers a certain day. Superintendents have their meetings with their personnel a certain day. It's not changed. The President of the United States doesn't change meetings. I call Texas Education Agency. This is important to the public for the meetings to be held as per board policy. And that's all I have to say, because I don't know what goes on, like some other people are knowledgeable with what's going on, people saying this and that. I'm only here to say of what I read in the media, and I do know that the board meetings are always being changed, and we're not following board policy. People need to be out here. Maybe they don't come to the meetings, but sometimes they do have plans on coming, and this changing is not right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Moving on to item number 8, action agenda. In order to promote efficient meetings, the board may act upon more than one item by a single vote through the use of consent agenda. Consent items placed on the agenda shall be marked with an asterisk. Consent items are items for which no board discussion is anticipated and for which the superintendent recommends approval. Prior to the time which approval of consent agenda is had at the request of any member of the Board of Trustees, any item on the consent agenda shall be removed and given individual consideration. Under Business and Finance, item 1306A-1, request for approval of proposal on student athletic insurance. Consent. 1306A-2, request for approval of the purchase of Apple MacBooks for the new teachers and for replacement of old units. Consent. 1306A-3, request for approval of bids on walk-in purchases on the following items: A, school groceries; B, general hardware; C, general merchandise. Consent. 1306A-4, review and/or discussion of the duties and/or work performed by the budget consultant. Question. 1306A-5, discussion and/or possible action of approval of purchase orders. 1, Snakehead Software LLC, Tips Grant MJMS. 2, Texas Instruments Incorporated, MJMS Consultant. Consent. 1306A-6, discussion and/or update on salary negotiation for the special education attorney contract. Question. 1306A-7, request for approval of the 2012-2013 budget amendments. Consent. 1306A-8, request for approval of budget transfers. Consent. Under Administration, 1306A-9, request for approval of board minutes. Consent. 1306A-10, request for approval of board policy update 96. Consent. 1306A-11, request for approval to update board policy DGBA local. Consent. I'd like to request for a motion to approve items 1306A-1, 1306A-2, 1306A-3, 1306A-5, 1306A-7, 1306A-8, 1306A-9, 1306A-10, and 1306A-11. Motion made by Mr. Medrano, seconded by Ms. Aguilera. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. We had a question on item 1306A-4, review and/or discussion of the duties and/or work performed by the budget consultant. With regards to this item, I do want to go ahead and let the board know that I did receive a call from Mr. Guillermo Reina. That's one of the partners from the firm that we went ahead and secured for this purpose. and he contacted me and told me that for medical reasons, he would not be able to attend the meeting tonight. So that's the reason why he's not here. With regard to specifics, I would rather that Ms. Emma McCall address that, and since she's not present, again, I don't want to go into specifics on that. I would like to request that we table the item for a later board meeting and or maybe a workshop as well. Okay, I need a motion. Mhm.
Table item number 13, CO 884-4.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Mr. Leal to go ahead and table item 13068-4, seconded by Ms. Aguilera and Ms. Huerta. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. That brings us on to the next item in question, 13068-6, discussion and/or update on salary negotiation for the special education attorney contract. And for this item, I'm going to go ahead and ask Mr. Torres to go ahead and assist.
What is the rate submitted?
It is their hourly rate?
How much are they making monthly?
They're at a $225 an hour, ma'am.
Yeah, but monthly, how much are they making? If you add everything, all their services, how much is their salary?
Well, they're not on a salary, but I
Okay.
haven't seen their monthly bills, ma'am.
I would recommend that we put them on a $3,000 salary. That's my recommendation, because if we negotiated with other attorneys, therefore, what's fair is fair, we negotiate with all three.
Tony,
They have, at this point in time, the contract has been awarded, and they have no duty or obligation to negotiate with the school district. If the school district wishes to take, if the Board of Trustees wishes to take action, the only action available to the school district would be to put them on the agenda to go out for RFQs, but they don't have to negotiate the rates that they submitted.
You're telling us that they don't want to negotiate.
That's exactly right.
That's what you're telling us, right?
Yes, sir.
But you did negotiate
I
with
did.
O'Halloran?
Yes.
Okay, and they were still under contract?
They were not under contract. They had already been terminated. They submitted a contract with their rates being, I don't remember the exact hourly amount, but they had an hourly amount as well as an amount for paralegals. And the board instructed me to contact them and see if they'd be amenable to lower their rate, and they were amenable to doing it. They did agree to waive the paralegal fee, and if memory serves, they came down, I believe, $10 an hour. They were under no obligation to do so, but they did do it. And when I contacted the Beekler Law Firm, they do believe that their rates are fair and reasonable, and they did convey that they would be amenable to being on a retainer.
Before we had,
your mic.
we don't have the money to be paying a certain attorney so much money a month, and I did get legal advice, and it's my understanding that you can negotiate.
And I attempted to do so, but like I said, they're under no legal obligation to reduce their rates. If the board is not happy with their contractual rate, the board can go out for RFQs. But they are under no legal obligation to negotiate.
I know that we had Beekler before O'Hanlon. She was our special ed, when we had Gus Acevedo, they were split. How much did we pay her at the time when she was here? Because what I remember, it was gonna be lower than what we are paying her even now, as to when we had her in the past for 15 years and she represented this district. And then all of a sudden got let go when O'Hanlon firm said, oh, well, we do that too.
But between her and what we were paying her and Gus together was a lot of money compared to what we are paying now. And I think she even went down from the time that when she last represented us to this time that she's around.
I'm not aware what she was making, what their law firm was making a few years ago.
Can you get us that information, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, that we
I
can have
actually-
further discussions on this?
I actually already requested it from administration. I anticipated that question and I requested it, but I didn't receive a response. But I'll have it, I'll get that information and I'll forward it to the board as soon as I receive it, ma'am.
We can table this and come back to it later.
Yes, ma'am.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion on the floor to go ahead and table item 1306A-6 made by Mr. Medrano, seconded by Mr. Leal. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Which brings us on to item number 9, closed meeting, discussion under the authority of the Texas Government Code 551.071 for the purpose of a private consultation with the board's attorney on any or all subjects or matters authorized by law. A, potential contemplated litigation involving ISD managed care services, 551.074, for the purpose of the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee. A, report on personnel. B, request for approval to rescind non-renewal of probationary contract. C, employment, resignations, and retirement. D, review and/or discussion to set a salary and contract for the interim superintendent. E, discussion and/or possible action on new principal assignments. F, Level 3 Parent Grievance, Doralee Munoz on behalf of student. G, Becerra litigation update. And the time is now 7:28, and we're in closed. The time is now 9:31, and we're returning from executive. Report on personnel, no action. Under B, request for approval to rescind non-renewal of probationary contract. Ms., do we have a motion?
Motion to accept rescinding non-renewal of probationary contracts as presented in executive and accept the resignations.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made by Mr. Medrano, seconded by Ms. Aguilera, to go ahead and rescind the non-renewal of probationary contract and resignation, accept the resignation. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Item C, employment, resignations, and retirement. Ms. Sanchez?
The superintendent recommends the resignation to rescind the non-renewal of a probationary contract. This one? Superintendent recommends the resignation of the following district staff. There's 2, 4, 5, 12.
And then the retirement?
Also the retirement? Sorry. And the superintendent approves the approval of the retirement of 4 personnel.
So moved.
I'll make a motion to approve the resignation and retirement as recommended by the interim superintendent.
Second.
I have a motion to go ahead and accept the resignations and retirement as recommended by the interim superintendent, made by Mr. Huerta, seconded by Ms. Aguilera. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? That's 6-1. Motion carries. Item D, review and/or discussion to set a salary and contract for the interim superintendent. I'd like to make a motion to approve the interim superintendent contract.
Second.
I have a second by Ms. Aguilera. All those in favor to accept and approve the interim superintendent contract?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? 4-3, motion carries. Item E, discussion and/or possible action on new principal assignments, no action. Item F, Level 3 Parent Grievance, Doralee Munoz on behalf of student, will be heard at a later time. And G, Becerra litigation update, no action on that as well, that was informational. Which brings us on to item number 10, adjournment. The time is now 9:34 and we are adjourned.